Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. Oh my gosh. What is going on in the world right now? That's what we want to know. I am just here, and what are we going to play today? We are going to play some Last War. Last War is easy peasy, and I could just hit and we could just chat. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. What's going on in the world? You know what's been going on? What I heard today? I heard that ladies are no longer using dating apps as much as they were before, and there's a movement, I guess, uh, of ladies meeting guys at Home Depot, and they're using Home Depot as their new dating app. I don't know. Every time I go to Home Depot, I usually go with my wife, so that's not something that I even notice at all. I try to do the thing what guys do where they just keep your eyes on the floor, okay? Do not be looking at any hottie bodies. Um, one thing my wife does, and I know it's a trick. She does this all the time. She's like, "Hey, did you see that girl over there?" And I do notice, but I had to do the thing where I'm like, "Oh, what girl? What are you talking about?" She's like, "That really hot girl over there." And then that's a double trick, okay? Don't fall for that. When she goes, "Hey, did you see that hot girl over there?" And you go, "Yeah, you mean the girl that's 2 aisles back in red, wearing the yellow flip-flops?" No, don't do that, okay? You're that's when she gives you the look and she's gonna be like, "What's wrong with you?" So don't fall for the tricks, okay? Anytime they say, "Do you see that hot girl over there?" You say, "No, I did not see anybody. I only have eyes for you." Don't fall for the tricks, guys. All right, we're gonna try to get this worm. Get the worm. All right, it's easier to do from up here because what do we get? Just some trash. No big worm. I'm gonna share this with the peeps so they can grab it. Oh, I got the buff, so I gotta go train some troops. I have a battle tomorrow. Battle. We gotta train some troops. Get these bad boys ready for battle. Let's see. We're gonna make this expendable warriors. That's what we call them. We call them expendabees. Expendabees. So they can, you know what I mean? Like, and so I don't know. The last 2 times I went to Home Depot, I didn't see anybody loitering around. And my wife loves Home Depot. Okay, we go to all kinds of different. I feel like in California, I've been to all the Home Depots in my area. Like literally, we'll go somewhere and she'll plan the trip where there's a Home Depot by. She'll order something from that Home Depot. So when we're there, she'll be like, "Oh, we'll just pick up this thing." And yeah, and I didn't notice anybody cruising. It feels bad that because I'm older and I missed that whole dating app scene. So I wonder how that, like, I feel like, did I miss much at all? I saw this other video of this girl, and I guess guys are hitting on her, like, just regularly when she's out and about, like the old school way, where you would, like, see somebody you think that's attractive, you go up and talk to her, and she was offended. She's like, "How dare you talk to me? You're old and ugly." But like I was thinking to myself, that's how your parents met. They just went out there and you know, they just like saw somebody and was like, "Hey, you want to go?" What did the kids did back then? You want to get some a milkshake? you know? So yeah, that's what's been, I think it's very interesting. The new dating life. I wonder how dating is going to be like with the economy the way it is. That's actually very interesting. The whole day today, I was thinking about since people are going to be more tight with their money as things move forward, I was thinking about what are things that people are going to be cutting out as things get worse. Like basically frivolous spending. Let's see. The first thing that popped in my head was gold flakes on food. I feel like that's the first thing to go. Gold flakes on food is the worst thing. I hate when I see the videos or just clips or whatever of like, this is $1,000 steak, and you're like, oh, what's $1,000 steak? And you click into the video, and it's always like a steak. Steaks to me is actually not that hard to cook. Right? It's one of the first things I learned to cook. It's literally just grill it on one side, flip it over, grill it on the other side, make sure to not overcook it, and you're done. Basically it, right? And so like you see the $1,000 steak, and it's literally just steak with gold flakes. Or you see like $10,000 sushi, and it's like sushi with gold flakes. And yeah, so I feel like that's the first thing to go. No more gold flakes on your food. You're welcome. I wonder how much. Okay, you know how there's like dirty jobs, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like just like random dirty jobs. I remember watching this thing a while back about that, where it's like worm hunters, and these guys that go onto mud flaps and they'll get worms, and that's where the worms come from when you go fishing, right? Worm. And what else is there's tree burrow hunters or ginseng hunters in the mountains, right? I wonder if there's a job in Miami going through the sewers looking, panning for gold, because the amount of gold flakes that must be in Miami food and gets flushed down the toilet, there must be enough gold in the sewers for you to pan. Imagine if that is the future job, where you go into the sewers of Miami, or maybe you just look up where they have like high end expensive restaurants, and where they eat a lot of gold flakes, and then you look at like the sewer system there, and you try to find like a convergent point, and you go into the sewers, and you're just panning for gold flakes. I wonder if that's that. I heard somewhere where there's only a Olympic-sized swimming pool of gold left. At some point, when we get real desperate for gold, because apparently they use gold for like chips and stuff, like little bits of it, right? But there's only so much gold in the world. I wonder if it's ever gonna get to a point where someone needs to go into the sewers and starts panning for gold flakes, or I guess you know how they made that they made that movie. I don't know if I can even say it on stream because I feel like YouTube's very sensitive these days. The the bear that's in the forest, the movie about the bear that got a package that fell from the sky and got the bear really, really hyped up and ready to party. You know that movie? If you guys know, you know what I'm talking about, right? There's that movie. I feel like they should make a part two, and it's same concept, except it's alligator inside my Miami sewers, right? Or some dealer, like the I could just see how this movie starts off. The movie starts off with inside some dealer's house, like a trap house, and then he's just hanging out, and then you hear knocking on the door, like pounding, boom, 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 and it's the police. And then the dealer goes, "Oh my god!" And he's gotta go to the bathroom, and they do that thing where they start like dumping everything into the sink, into the toilets, right? He starts dumping all the white powder into the toilets and starts flushing. And he's like a big time dealer, and he's got like kilos and kilos, suitcases of kilos, right? Suitcases on suitcases of kilos. He's just dumping it into the sewer. And then the next scene will be will be an alligator baby, right, in the sewer, just like a teenage mutant turtling along, and then the water flows down and gets all into his face, and this alligator develops a problem. And you know, alligators live many, many years, right? They're like 80-year-old, 90-year-old, 1,000-year-old alligators, right? And this alligator has a steady supply of the white powder, right? This is let's say this movie takes place in the 80s, 90s, and now we're in present day, and people aren't doing the white powder as much. The substance of choice now is something else, right? But this alligator needs his fix, and he ran out. And the movie will be this alligator going out of the sewers and hunting down dealers looking for the party powder. Boom! I just made a brand new movie, and Disney keeps remaking their old movies over and over again. You see how easy that was? Who's gonna see Party Alligator? That's the working theme of this movie I just made. Party Gator. Hmm. What else is going on? I mean, I brushed on this yesterday, but I still think it's very funny. But I mean, it's not funny. It's a crazy situation with that guy that got deported to El Salvador, and he is in a way stuck there because he's also. I think this is the part where the media, the left wing media, kind of messes up, right? They're like, "Oh, how could you deport him? The judge said that you're not supposed to." But here's the part where the left side messes up. He's not an American citizen. You know, they're just returning him back to El Salvador. But the crazy part of like of this whole thing is that the El Salvadorian presidente or dictator, whatever he is, was here, and he was like, I cannot, I have no authority. And then like Trump's like, I have no authority. We don't have authority. It's like nobody has authority. That's crazy. And I was talking about this last night, the late night stream. I was saying, how crazy would it be if this is actually a grand scheme, um, and it all links together? Okay, they're building mega prisons in El Salvador. I think I saw today. This is a new bit, I guess, that Trump is wants El Salvador to build like 5 more of these mega facilities, right? And I was linking this together with Greenland yet last night, where Greenland is going to be a major trading hub, right? The Right now it's not as big because there's so much ice, but because of all the global warming that's going around, the ice is melting and ships are having an easier time flowing through, right? And we're in this trade war. And what do we need right now in America? We need factories, we need workers. And I was saying last night that the average American is not going to be doing the putting the little screws in the iPhone. It's just not going to happen, right? Because I saw somewhere it said like for them to keep up with production at the current levels, you need like the city of Boston level of workers. Like you need all the people in the city of Boston to stop what they're doing and go into the Apple factory, right? But here's the thing where I'm linking all this together, okay? We start a trade war. We are deporting immigrants, and Trump said possibly US citizens, right? Criminals. And they got me thinking about prison labor, right? Here's what I was thinking, right? Trump knew Greenland. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying it. I think I'm gonna try to mention it almost every stream. Trump knew Greenland, right? Um, Here's an idea, and I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm crazy or what, but this is just a theory. Trump wants to get Greenland. He mentioned it months ago, right? We're deporting immigrants and possibly US citizens, prisoners, right? And America needs to build factories. Let's link it all together. We get New Greenland. We get Greenland, New Trump Greenland, right? We turn it into the new Australia, right? Where we just send, there's only 50,000 people on Greenland, okay? There's not that many of them. We could just take it over real quick. You think the Dutch are going to do anything to stop us? They're not. Okay? There's only 50,000 of them. They don't, did they even have an army? Who knows? Okay? You take over Greenland. You build the mega factories on Greenland, right? Right. Hear me out. You build the mega factories on Greenland. You deport the immigrants and the prisoners, and you make them work in the factories, the prison factories over there. I don't know. This is something that I thought of last night, that I was feeling that this could be the ultimate end goal. Like in 4 years from now, 3 years from now, it may sound crazy as I'm saying it right now, but we're only like 1/4 into Trump's presidency, right? Who knows what it's going to look like 2 or 3 years from now, right? Like as I'm saying it, it sounds crazy. Let me rehash as more people are coming in here. Trump knew Greenland. Trump wants to get Greenland, right? It was something he wanted. It's got minerals and stuff. It's got land, lots of it. There's only 50,000 of them. We could just roll in there realistically and take it. Or there's only 50,000 of them, buy them out. If you give them all $1 million, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going to change their minds about becoming Americans real quick. All right, that's not that much if you think about it. Give them all $1 million. 50,000 of them is like $5 billion, whatever. Okay? And then you build the mega factories on there. You send the workers there. And as last night I was talking to a guy, and we were talking about it more, and I was saying like, as this plan goes forward, what's going to happen next. So he was saying it sounds like actually a great idea, right? And I'll say, but the problem is, as this thing goes forward, they're going to start running out of workers, because it's going to be like Foxconn, but a whole island country thing, right? Foxconn, they're the factory that oh, let's catch some more worms. That's known for having the guardrails outside, to stop people from jumping out, right? But now you're going to do that for a whole city. I mean, not a whole city, a whole country, right? So I was thinking, like, how do you do that? You're going to have to stop people from swimming out. They're going to have to put like bubble wrap all over it or something like that, But yeah, I don't know. That's just an idea that I was thinking. They're going to send people there. They're going to build the mega factories on there, and then they'll be doing the little screws and sewing and whatnot. Let me know that you guys think that's a crazy idea or not. It sounds possible, or it may sound crazy now, but in 10 years from now, 5 years from now, it's gonna happen. All right, I gotta get going. We'll go outside and take a run. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys later. Later, gator. Later, gator. Boop, boop.